Hello again. Today we're going to be simplifying expressions, okay? So let's say I have 3x minus 5y minus x. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is look to see if I need to do the distributive property at all. And since there are no parentheses, I see that I do not need to do the distributive property. So now what I will do is I will circle my sign in my term, my sign in my term, and my term. Now I'm going to rewrite this expression, and I'm going to put all of the like terms together so it's easier to simplify. So I will start with 3x, and I'll cross that off. All right. Are there any other terms that are just x? And I see here I have a minus x. So I'll do minus x next. And all that's left is minus 5y. So I'll do minus 5y. So now I'm going to simplify by combining like terms or collecting like terms. So now I see I have a 3x minus x. Well, that's the same as 3x minus 1x. 3x minus 1x is 2x. And then I'll bring down the minus 5y. And 2x and 5y are not like terms, so I can't combine them. So that means that my final answer is 2x minus 5y. Well, let's say we have an expression that looks like this. 4 plus 3 times x plus 2 in parentheses. Well, my first step is going to be to do the distributive property where I can. So here I have a plus 3. So I'm going to multiply that plus 3 by everything inside of the parenthesis. So I'll bring down the 4. Now I have plus 3 times x. Well, that's plus 3x. And I also have a plus 3 times plus 2. Well, that's plus 6. So I'll circle my sign in my term, my sign in my term, my sign in term. In this case, it's just a term. So now I'm going to reorder this and put all the like terms together. So I'll start with the 4. So I use that one. And now I look for any other constants. Remember, a number with no variable is a constant. And I see that I have a plus 6. So I will put plus 6. And I will cross that off. And all I'm left with then is a plus 3x. Okay, now I'm going to combine like terms. Since 4 plus 6, I can do that. So that's 10 plus 3x. And since I can't combine 10 and 3x because they're not like terms, I leave it like that. And our final answer is 10 plus 3x. So here I have negative 4x plus 3 times 4 minus x in parentheses. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get rid of my parentheses by doing the distributive property. So I will multiply that plus 3 times the 4, and then the plus 3 times the minus x. All right, so I'll bring down the minus 4x, and then I will do plus 3 times 4, and that is plus 12. Now I will do plus 3 times the minus x. Well, a positive times a negative is a negative, and 3 times x is 3x. Now I circle my sign in my term, my sign in my term, and my sign in my term. So I'll start with the negative 4x, and I'll look for any other terms that are like terms with negative 4x. And I'll see that I have a negative 3x. So I'll write down the minus 3x here. And then all I have left is plus 12. Well, negative 4x minus 3x, I can combine those. And that's negative 7x. And then I bring down the plus 12. So my final answer is negative 7x plus 12. All right, so here we have 3ab squared plus 7 minus ab squared plus 2. All right, there are no parentheses, so I'm going to collect my like terms and get them together. So I will do my sign in my term, my sign in my term, my sign in my term, My term, there's no sign in front of it, so we know it's positive. So I'm going to rewrite 3ab squared, and I'll cross that off. And I'll look to see if there are any other ab squared terms, and I see a minus ab squared, so I'll rewrite minus ab squared, and I'll cross that off. All done with the ab squared terms. I see all I have left are constants, so I'll put plus 7, plus 2, cross those off, and let's collect like terms. So here I have 3ab squared minus ab squared. If you'll remember that ab squared is 1ab squared. So if I have 3ab squareds and I take away 1ab squared, I am left with 2ab squareds. All right, now I have plus 7 and plus 2. Well, 7 plus 2 is 9, so that's plus 9. And my final answer is 2ab squared plus 9. So here we have 6 times x minus 2 in parentheses plus 7. Well, since there are parentheses, I'll need to do the distributive property. So I'll do the 6 times the x and the 6 times the negative 2. Don't forget to multiply the 6 by the second term in the parentheses. So that gives me 6x minus 12. Well, we also have this plus 7 over here. That 6 does not affect the plus 7 because the 7 is not in the parentheses. So I just bring down the plus 7. All right, so right off the bat, I notice that all of my like terms are together because I have a negative 12 and a positive 7 here. So I don't need to circle my term and sign. So I'll bring down the 6x because there are no other x terms. Now I have negative 12 plus 7. So negative 12 plus 7 is negative 5. So my final answer is 6x minus 5. So here we have 4j minus k minus 2j plus 11k. Well, there are no parentheses, so I don't have to do distributive property, but I do notice that all of my terms are a little mixed up and nothing is with the like terms. So I'll circle my sign in my term, my sign in my term, my sign in my term, my term. So let's rewrite this and put everything together with its like terms. So I have 4j. Now, are there any other terms here that are j terms? And I see I have a minus 2j. So I'll do minus 2j. Are there any other j terms? I do not see any. So I'll go and I'll do negative k. So I'll cross that off. And our last term is plus 11k. Well, 4j minus 2j, that's 2j, and minus k plus 11k. Well, remember that minus k is minus 1k. So if I have a negative 1k plus 11k, that is positive 10k. So my answer is 2j plus 10k. And that's how you simplify these expressions.